Hello everyone, Skabarflix here, and I hope your day has been going great. Today we are going to be talking about the upcoming classes rework that will be dropping with the 3.2 update later this month. Before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Classes have been a hot button issue since before the release of 2042. A lot of people were pretty up in arms about the announcement that 2042 would have specialists instead of the traditional 4 classes that everyone was used to. After more than a year of taking feedback from players, however, later this month DICE will be releasing their solution, a 4-class system similar to previous games that will work with specialists. Let's start with the specialists that are in each class. Up first, the Assault class will consist of McKay, Sundance, Dozer, and Zane. I think these are all a good fit. These 4 specialists are really good for Assault applications with their high movement speed and gadgets. Next we have Engineer, which will consist of Boris, Crawford, and Liz. To be quite honest, I think the best fit for Engineer has got to be Liz. Crawford and Boris are a bit defensive when it comes to the Engineer class. However, in an ever-changing battlefield, it makes sense that Boris would carry an advanced auto turret as an Engineer. Crawford, however, I think is the only possible exception, but the team said that they would be giving him a new passive that was related to repairs. We'll see how that works. Third, we have Angel, Irish, and Falk as support. Not much to say here except for Irish, who has been moved from Engineer, swapping with Crawford. Now, while I don't think Crawford is that special as an Engineer, I think Irish is a perfect choice for support. Imagine you are going around reviving people and you pop smoke, but suppressive fire is still an issue. You can simply place down one of his deployable covers to protect yourself and the person you are reviving. It also makes more sense for Irish's character, considering he always has been more of a helping hand type, never leaving teammates behind. Last but not least, we have Recon, which will have Casper, Pike, Rao, and the upcoming specialist for Season 4. I don't have that much to say about these except for Rao, who many people have found a bit controversial. Now, he's not an Engineer, he's a Recon, so he won't be able to carry the Stinger, which has always been a good pair with hacking to take down choppers. The team has stated that they will create a better system for Rao to communicate with other players, however, so that air vehicles can be taken down easier. Along with all the specialists being moved into classes, there are class equipment and gadgets. Class equipment is something that you always have, while class gadgets are something that you can pick from a selection catered to your class. Up first is Assault. Assault's class equipment will be the Med Pen, allowing you to heal quickly while in battle. This makes sense, as if you're Assault, chances are you're running into the fight and taking heavy fire, so you'll need that extra health. For gadgets, you'll be able to choose from the Smoke Launcher, the Armor Plate, C5 Explosive, and Claymores. Very happy to see Claymores coming back. I don't personally use them, but they are a staple of the franchise. Assault will also be able to choose one throwable: Frag Grenade, Smoke, Concussion, Incendiary, and I assume Throwing Knives. You'll notice that there are no EMP grenades here, and I think that this is a balancing thing so that people playing as McKay and Sundance won't be able to fly in, EMP a tank, and then use C5. Assault isn't an anti-vehicle class, so it's good that they won't be OP against vehicles. Next is Engineer. Class equipment is going to be the Repair Tool, allowing you to repair vehicles. I'm glad to see that this will basically be mandatory for the Engineer class, as there is finally a reason to repair vehicles. Before, you were limited to either choosing a launcher or a repair tool, but now you can have both. For gadgets, we've got a few: the anti-tank mine, the recoilless M5, the Stinger, the Javelin, and the EOD bot. I love the EOD bot, it's hilarious, but I'm also happy to see the Javelin being added, as many people have wanted more launchers added to the game since launch. For throwables, you'll be able to choose frags, smoke, EMP, and incendiary grenades. You won't be able to choose concussion grenades though, those are exclusive to Assault. Again, nowhere lists the throwing knife, so if anyone knows what classes will get those, leave it in the comments. Support has got a few gadgets. For class equipment, there are the defibrillators. Now, I really hope that means you can actually hold the defibrillators, as there was nothing more fun than defibrillating enemies in Battlefield 3 and 4. For class gadgets, you can choose the Ammo Crate, Medical Crate, Smoke Launcher, and the Claymore. Pretty basic, nothing special there. The Smoke Launcher, however, is very helpful when reviving. Last, we've got Recon. The class equipment will be the Insertion Beacon, allowing your squad to spawn on a remote point. This makes sense, recon has always been good for that. Although some disagree and think maybe the SoFlam should be the equipment, I could honestly go either way. For class gadgets, you can choose the Tugs, Tracer Dart Gun, Claymores, C5 Explosive, Proximity Sensor, and the SoFlam. You may have noticed that the Tugs and the Tracer Dart are coming back. Those should be really fun. The Proximity Sensor has also been moved. It is no longer a throwable, but rather a gadget. We'll see if this was the right choice later on. For throwables, you have the Frag, Smoke, EMP, and Incendiary Grenades. There's one more thing I forgot to mention. A new system called Weapon Proficiencies. Now, DICE didn't want to make it so that you couldn't choose any weapon, and to be honest, I agree. Making weapons limited to classes is a little too limiting in my opinion. But to encourage players to choose certain weapons as specific classes, they actually made something called Weapon Proficiencies. A system that actually boosts the effectiveness of certain weapons depending on what classes you play as. Assault will have proficiencies with assault rifles and will get 3 extra magazines. Of all the proficiencies, I think this is the weakest. Assault will probably still stick with SMGs. Engineers will have proficiency in LMGs, improving dispersion while crouched or proned. I'm a little confused on this one, considering support has historically been the wielders of the LMGs, but it makes a little more sense when you consider that with Boris and Crawford, engineers have become a bit more defensive. Support has proficiencies with SMGs, giving faster draw time. Now, this one might not make sense on the surface, but when you are reviving people, you need a weapon that's fast and that can defend you. SMGs are perfect for this, especially when covered by smoke. Finally, Recon, their proficiency is in sniper rifles. They will have immediate constant steady scope. This one makes the most sense, and it'll allow Recon to be better at sniping than the other classes. I'm very excited to see how all of this turns out. Some people are a little upset that we're getting more limitations, and I agree, but I think that this will also improve the strategic aspect of the game and allow for people to finally start doing things like repairing that have gone neglected since launch. What do you think about these changes? Comment down below your thoughts. That's all for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated whenever I drop new Battlefield content. Guys, thanks for watching, and I'm out of here.